Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue, or actually, let's start our game of Icewind Dale Enhanced Edition on Nintendo Switch. Alright, in the northernmost reaches of the Forgotten Realms lies the region of icy tundra known as Icewind Dale. This is a harsh and unforgiving territory settled only by the hardiest folk and beset by cunning, ferocious beasts that prowl the snow-shrouded peaks. Prepare well for your journey into the frozen wilds, where you will soon discover an evil that schemes to wreak destruction upon all the world. The world of AD&D, man, it's just, there's just shit always going on. You don't want to live there. Okay, let's see. Cool. Yeah, I think that's all good stuff. We will make sure the font size is big, though, because, yeah, sprite outlines are actually pretty helpful as well, since the base sprites are so small. And again, as with the other games in the enhanced editions that are released for the Switch, it does support multiple languages. The languages do not change the voice; they only change all the text and the dialogue, but not the throat clearing. That is the same for me.
They say that history is the greatest of all teachers, and the tales of past deeds define who we are in the present, and what we shall be in the future. It is said that such tales shall, with each telling, illuminate us all with the light of truth. I shall tell you of such a tale. It is a tale quite familiar to me, for I have spent nearly a lifetime piecing it together and chronicling it here within this book. For years I have pondered its passages, studying every line, committing each word to memory. Perhaps now, in the telling of it, I shall at last find the answers I seek. Our story takes place in the northern region of Faerun, known as Icewind Dale. It is a harsh, frozen land, cut off from the rest of the world by a wall of jagged peaks called the Spine of the World.
The Spine!
For centuries, the icy plains of the Dale have been home to the barbarian peoples of the Hrothgar and Regedman. Huddled together in small, closely knit tribes, the barbarians lived simple lives, free, proud, and fiercely independent. Until the day an archmage named Erakan came to Icewind Dale. With an army of mercenaries, Erakan sought to conquer the north and force the fierce barbarians into slavery. Long weeks of battle followed, and the scattered barbarian tribes suffered terrible losses. Defeat seemed inevitable. In their darkest hour, a barbarian shaman named Jared came forth and demanded a council between all the remaining tribes of the north. A respected warrior, Jared persuaded the council to put aside their differences and unite against Erakan. Strengthened by a new sense of purpose, the barbarians rallied behind their new leader. The combined might of the Northmen proved more than a match for Erakan, who had counted on the division of the tribes. Wave after wave of barbarian warriors tore into Erakan's hired army, forcing them on the defensive and ultimately into full retreat. As his army crumbled around him, Erakan had time for one last desperate act before his enemies descended upon him. Drawing upon his remaining power, the Archmage breached the planar boundaries, tearing open a portal to the lower planes. The foolish Archmage's cries of victory immediately turned to shrieks of terror as the hideous and twisted shapes of demonkind materialized from the portal and poured onto the battlefield. The sudden appearance of the demons drove the combatants, barbarian and mercenary alike, to turn to meet the new threat side by side. The remaining warriors bravely charged the portal to drive the Hellspawn back, and were slaughtered by the hundreds. As his people fell around him, the barbarian shaman, Jared, looked up from the blood-drenched snow of the battlefield and caught sight of a lone figure high upon a ridge in the distance. Jared immediately recognized this vision as an omen from his god Tempus, and in that instant, he knew what had to be done. Shouting cries to his god, he charged through the ranks of the demons and plunged into the portal. As Jared's blood fused with the energies of the portal, an explosion of white light engulfed the battlefield. When the light subsided, the demons were gone, and the portal was closed. In its place hovered a disk of solid stone. Frozen within the center of the disk was Jared's body, locked in his final moment of agony, in his final moment of triumph, for all eternity.
Oh my god, the Empire won!
But that is not the end of our tale. It is but the beginning.
Okay, that is the default party. I know I can't just edit. Or can I? Let's see here. Circle. Multi-class fighter thief. Mage. Cleric ranger. Undead hunter. Berserker, huh? Male Berserker, chaotic good. Chaotic good, huh? Sure. I know, I wish there's more to these portraits, but, you know, there's only so many portraits they can stuff into this thing, right? So... I don't feel it's all that well diversified as far as the portraits go. Oh, my camera, hume. Although, again, you can see... Really, everything's stolen from, Lord of the Rings. all these races, and you know, and their individual traits. You know, it's like couldn't think of anything else to do, huh? It's still true to this day. BioWare still rocking Lord of the Rings forever for all their source material. But oh well. I mean, I guess you could do. You could do for copying something, you know, as great, right? We will do hume. Hume. Oh, I'm sorry, you know, maybe somebody want to read that, huh? May wear helmets. May wear helmets. Ranger can wear any armor? Really? Oh, okay. Interesting. May wear helmets. Boy, the helmets is such a big deal, the helmets. I gotta specify that. Yeah, that's the first thing. May wear helmets. How about you? May you wear a helmet? Yeah, may wear a helmet. Stupid helmetless classes. Oh, can't wear a helmet. A druid. No wonder there aren't any more of you. How about you, mage? Can you wear a helmet? Dah, no helmet for you either. Gah, no helmet for the thief. I guess if he falls on his head while he's, you know, out on the scaffolding trying to break into somebody's house, that's it. He's done. How about you, Bard? Do you want to wear a helmet? No, no helmet. Man, that's the first thing that I ask anybody. Hey, can you wear a helmet? Gotta list that first. It's important. Monks can't wear helmets either. Can't cast spells. Was it this time? May only use weapons available to the thief class, except two-handed. I like how they said, oh, well, just look at the thief class. Why don't you list the fucking weapons here? What he can't use. You know, would it have hurt you to copy-paste that down there? Apparently. They may only wear leather. It's the shaman is the S&M party member. Is it may he only wear leather, or does he desire only to wear leather? Alright, dark monk. Dark moon monk? Everybody has a dark moon, unless you bleach it. Soul moon monk. It's like, you know, you gotta give up so much with these subclasses. And you gain like a piddling of power. It's hardly worth it. Unless you want a challenge, I guess. Regular monk. I'll say lawful neutral. There's no unlawful neutral. What the fuck, man? Wisdom? No. I'm a dumbass. Dumbass. Yeah. Give him a tag. I mean, is a quarterstaff considered a club? I really don't know. Daggers and clubs, they tend to be cheaper, right? Just being an old man, a white-haired old man. A lot more variety in the voices. They really kind of broke it up into types of fighters.
Steel yourselves! I'll wash me beard in your blood. Huh? Attack! Yes, we must halt and regain our strength.
Well, looks like I'm gonna have to go on a killing spree.
Alright. Let's spend all your time just making a character, and then this one, you're like making like 8 of them. I'm like, damn, it's been forever just making characters. I mean 6 of them. Might as well be 8. All right, and again, like all the other versions in the enhanced editions, you can have different various difficulties. You know, sticking closer to the pen and paper, and beyond. But we won't do that, otherwise I will never finish this game.
How can I help?
Our tale begins here, in the quiet fishing village of Easthaven, one of the so-called 10 towns of Icewind Dale. The tiny community is hardly a town, but rather a collection of ramshackle huts crowded together upon the icy shores of Lech Dineshire. Here, within a dimly lit tavern, a group of travelers sit huddled around a table, swapping tales and making grand plans for the future, completely unaware of the part they are to play in the events that are about to unfold.
What's this? New face in town, eh? Well met, stranger. The name is Hrothgar, originally of Hillsfar. But now, after years of traveling up, down, and under Faerun, I am content to call this town my home. Who might you be?
Greetings, Hrothgar, from Hrilsfar. My name is Baird.
Well then, welcome to Easthaven. Whatever your business in these parts might be, I would offer you this small piece of advice. While you're in my town, you do well to be on your best behavior. These folk are under my protection, and anyone who would seek to do harm to them in any way shall answer to me. That said, I'll let you get back to your cups. I'm sure you've had a long journey, and you'll find there's no better way to shake off the cold of the road than by downing a few mugs of Grisella's best. And if you're in need of lodging, I would recommend talking to Quimby over at the Snowdrift Inn over on the east side of town. Equipment and supplies can be purchased next door at Pomab's Emporium. Pomab's prices are a bit high, even for a Kalashite. But you'd be better off well-equipped and short of coin than the other way around.
Oh, racist.
Ill-prepared travelers don't last long in these parts. Once you've had a chance to rest up and get your bearings, come by and see me at my house. It's just a couple doors west of here. There's some business I would discuss with you. Farewell.
Today, our party arrived in the snowy lake. Sure. Yeah. Okay.
I suppose it was only a matter of time before this happened.
Okay.
Sure.
Yes, can I help you with something? Yes, I want to ask you some things about Easthaven. Easthaven lived here quite a span, I have. Things have been getting worse of late, though. Do you mean the weather? Aye, the weather's been going from bad to worse. Never seen it get so cold this early in the year, and there's no sign of it letting up. With all this snow, the passes to the south are going to get snowed in early. Very well, why don't you ask you some other questions about Easthaven? How worse? How? Well, there's been sightings of some goblins and such in the past, if you can believe that. They usually hole up in the spine of the world and kill each other. Some fool claimed he even saw some orc outside of town, but I'll wait until he sobers up before giving that tale any weight. I've heard some talk of goblins and orcs. Not only that, but there's been sightings of a wolf on the outskirts of town too. We've been keeping an eye out for it, but it seems to be coming around just for a whiff of the fishbone carvings in Aspel's workshop. Damn thing must be starving to risk showing itself around humans, though. Well, there's that and more. One of the boys was out playing, and he swore that he saw a footprint in the snow as large as a man. Assuming he's not telling tales, that would mean giants. But there hasn't been a giant seen in the past since, well, damn near since as long as I can remember. Do you know where I can find Hrothgar's house? Hrothgar's house is in the center northern part of town. It's the one with the gaps in the overhanging. Hrothgar swears he's going to fix it, but I'll believe that when I see it. He's always running around trying to take care of everyone else. Why are you going to see him anyway? Plan to join his expedition? Expedition? Yeah, word is Hrothgar has been so rattled by that messenger from Kuldahar, collapsing dead at the front of the Temple of the Tempest, that he wants to put together a band to see what's going on down south. Oh, does he have crabs, or what's the messenger say? Damned if I know. Only Everard over at the temple and Hrothgar would know for sure, I suppose. Still, if it's enough to get the two of them riled up, can't be good. Can you tell me a little bit about the town? Well, since you're new in town, you probably want to get a room at the Snowdrift Inn. It's on the eastern side of town. The innkeeper, Quimby, is a bright enough sort. He should have plenty of rooms available, but he just got an elf guest from the south, so at least one room is taken. Can you tell me more about the town? Aside from the Quimby Inn, there's Pumab's Emporium in the northeast part of town. He can be a right ass, Pumab can, but so I hope you don't need to buy anything from that copper-clenching jackal. Wish that damn Kalashite had stayed down south with the rest of his kind. Well, yeah, he's so racist. Yes, can I help you? Want to ask you something about East Haven? Oh, you're saying the exact same thing the other guy said. Okay, well, no new information, huh? It's a damn clone town. Hey there, dearie. Welcome to the Winter's Cradle Tavern. My name is Grisella. I own and operate this fine establishment. What can I get you? I have some questions for you. Sorry, dearie, I haven't had time to chit-chat with you. I have a tavern to run, you know. If you're looking to catch up with local gossip, I suggest you buy around or mingle with some of the other patrons. Oh, very well. I'll leave you to your work. Well met. Why, you seem to me like a fresh new vein of ore, all untried and untested. I be Hildreth. What shall we know? Hildreth isn't that sort of a feminine name for a burly dwarf warrior. Do you not have your head screwed on straight? I am a female friend. Oh, yeah, sure you are. Uh-huh, I see. What, do I look like a Oh, I see what it is now. Dwarven women have beards, friend. Ah, that makes sense. Have you heard any news from around here lately? I'm not all eyes and ears here. Mostly I've been keeping to my cups to keep the chill away. But I have heard that the local sword named Hrothgar is putting together some sort of expedition. Sounds like it may be fun. I'll be going along myself. Oh, what do you know about the expedition? Folks around here say that Hrothgar be a valiant man, but not the type to go dashing off to his death. They say he be an excellent leader. We're headed up to the mountains to investigate some sort of disturbance up there. You best be talking to Hrothgar himself to hear the full story. That's a good idea. I'll go find him now. Thanks. I haven't seen you before. You come from the south? Of course, I'm a visitor to this town. There are things I would know. I mean, that's all the same questions. There's no sense in asking everybody.
Oh, all right.
Someday I'll grow up to be an adventurer. Not if I kill you first. Oh, you come from far away, don't ya?
Sure.
Well, that's stranger. The name's Gaspar. Gaspar the fishmonger. What can I do for you? Fishmonger? This doesn't look like a fish shop. That's because it isn't, my friend. This is my home. I may be a fishmonger, but that doesn't mean I hawk fish like some street vendor. I deal in large quantities of dry knucklehead and scrimshaw, the bulk of which I keep stored in my warehouse down the shore. Dried what? Knucklehead trout. It's a rare fish found only in the lakes of the 10 towns. Their bones are used to produce valuable scrimshaw. What exactly is scrimshaw? Scrimshaw is simply a fancy name for carved bone. Since knucklehead trout are so rare, scrimshaw carvings made from their bones are particularly valuable. Scrimshaw from East Haven is prized by fine artists and craftsmen throughout the realms. Let's make a decent amount of coin selling these fish. It's an honest living. I make most of my profit from trade, though. As a matter of fact, I have an important transaction in the works as we speak. What sort of transaction? The town's food stores are running dangerously low. My warehouse foreman, Turin, tells me that there may not be enough food to last through the coming winter. I've arranged a trade with old Galloway up in Denivel that will keep our stomachs full well into next year. The caravan's due to arrive any day now. Best of luck, thank you.
Oh, all right.
I want to ask you something about East Haven. Heard some rumors about monsters outside time. I'm worried the goblin and orc sightings are tied to the problems we've been having with the caravans of late. Some of them have gone missing, but mostly the ones coming from the south. At first we thought the snows may be burying them, but with goblinoids about, it's more likely they are the ones that bury the caravans. Let's take a leave there, well... let's see, it is a little bright. Okay, well, never mind. Hello, Hrothgar.
Oh,
Well met,
all
friend,
right.
and welcome to my home. Make yourselves comfortable, but try not to break anything. Many of these curiosities that you see lying about have sentimental value.
Where'd you get all this stuff?
Oh, they're all remembrances of my adventuring days. Little trinkets and the like that I picked up here and there. More keepsakes than valuables, really. Leftovers from my days of fortune and glory.
Adventuring day, so you retired then?
Semi-retired, actually. This region is still untamed and fraught with many dangers. I've had plenty of opportunities in the last few years to take up my sword and shield and do battle with those who threaten the safety of East Haven and its neighbors. In fact, I'm planning such an expedition right now. That is what I wanted to speak to you about.
What sort of expedition?
We've received word from Kaldahar, our neighbors to the south, that evil forces are stirring nearby in the spine of the World Mountains.
Evil?
I am organizing and leading a party from East Haven south to Kaldahar Valley to investigate. You look to be capable enough. Perhaps you'd like to join us. What say you?
What sort of evil forces are we talking about?
I don't really know. The message wasn't too specific. I suppose if you want more details, you could ask old Everard over at the temple, but time's a-wasting. We need to get this expedition moving before the snows seal off the pass to Kaldahar. So what's it going to be? Are you in or out?
Sounds exciting, count us in.
Excellent. Glad to have you on board. I plan to assemble the rest of the expedition and set out for Kaldahar within a few days. With storms brewing in the mountains, I'd rather we depart sooner. But there are matters that require my attention here about town.
What sort of matters? Perhaps we could help.
Actually, now that I think about it, maybe you can help. Poma, the local shopkeeper, has recently expressed concern over the rapidly thinning stock of his store. He's been complaining that the regular caravan from Caer Dineval is long overdue, and that if they don't arrive soon, he's sure to be out of business. Now, normally I'd take Pomap's whining with a grain of salt, but with heavy snows on the way, it would be best to make sure that caravan makes it through.
So, what is it you want me to do?
I want you to find that caravan. Leave town by way of the South Bridge and scout the hills west of Loch Dinnershire, between East Haven and Caer Dineval. Caravans always stick close to the shoreline this time of year. Once you find it, see the caravan safely to East Haven. In the meantime, I'll assemble the rest of the expedition and make the final plans for our journey. Return here as quickly as you can. We must make for Kaldahar Pass while the weather is favorable. Good luck. Safe journey.
Hrothgar.
Sure. Sure. Aye. Har, har, har. Aye. Har, har, har.
Yes, can I help you with something? Oh, well, no, not really. Same generic questions.
Sure. Oh, all right.
Hello, my name is Akalia. I am an initiate here in the Temple of Tempest. I help Everard maintain the temple armory and perform rituals. Well met, Akalia. I am Big Deek. You are an initiate of the Temple of Faith, eh? I didn't realize that the Lord of Battles was so popular here. Tempest is revered a great deal by the barbarian tribes up here. They call him Tempos. We immigrants see a lot of conflict and violence in these parts, and people want to make sense out of it all. Barbarian tribes, how do they feel about the 10 towns being here? It changes from season to season, from year to year, like all things. They are mistrustful of us immigrants and often view our settlements here as an intrusion on their land. Sometimes they trade with us, sometimes they war with us. Sounds like a love-hate relationship. At least they don't try to kill you all the time. It's just part of our daily routine. We know the barbarians are just a few peaks away, and we immigrants understand the danger they bring to our lives. You said we immigrants. Where are you from? I'm originally from Neverwinter. I came here to aid Battlelord Everard when the former war priest Renfeld was killed in a battle against the barbarians near Bryn Shander. Ouch, I guess these barbarians really don't like the immigrants too much. Yeah, sure. Okay, great. Have you been interested? Yeah, sure. What do you got here? Everard.
Hrothgar mentioned there were strangers in town. What is it you want?
I am Big Deke. Are you the high priest of this temple?
Yes, I am Everard. Everard of Tempus, battle priest of the Lord of Battles. What brings you here?
Tempest is the god of war, is he not?
War is but one of Tempus's aspects. Warriors, true warriors, worship him as well.
You carried the scars of war, Everard. Were you wounded in battle?
These eyes have seen battle, yes. And my skin bears the mark of swords and axes. That was long ago. Now my place is here.
Why would you leave battle behind?
Because there are many ways one may serve one's god. I am of the Order of the Broken Blade. My duty is to watch this place.
Order of the Broken Blade?
Yes, were warriors. Wounded in battle, our injuries now keep us far from the front lines. Still, we are fit to guard holy sites to our Lord.
This holy site?
It is sacred to Tempus, yes. It marks the field where the barbarian Jared gave up his life ages ago. He lies encased in stone beneath this temple.
What happened? I didn't watch the opening video.
Jared was a shaman who lived long ago. He brought unity to the northern tribes and led them to victory against the army of Arakan, at the cost of his life.
How did he die? I didn't watch the opening video.
Once Arakan saw his army routed by Jared and the northern tribes, he sought to bring the Hells to his aid. Arakan opened a gate to the lower plains.
He brought demons to the battlefield? The northern tribes would have been destroyed.
I do not believe that. Jared did. It is said that Tempus himself appeared to Jared upon the battlefield, and Jared took that as a sign.
A sign to do what?
Jared believed Tempus was calling him to sacrifice himself for his people to ensure victory. And so he cast his body into the portal, his blood fusing it to stone. It lies entombed beneath the temple to this day.
You don't sound like you agree with Jared's choice.
Jared had no need to sacrifice himself. Tempus's appearance was a test of faith, proof Jared's people had already won the field that day. Jared failed his god and died a coward's death.
Are you sure his death was in vain? Jared did seal the
One dies for Tempus with a blade in one's hand, not by martyring oneself within the embrace of infernal magics. Jared's duty was to stand with his comrades, not cast himself to his death when the field was already theirs.
His sacrifice may have prevented other deaths, Everard.
Sacrifice? Let me say this of sacrifice, young one. Then we shall speak of this no more. Sacrifice is a death that has meaning. When it is in vain, it is not sacrifice. It is a waste. That is the lesson of Jared's stone.
And the stone is buried beneath the temple?
Aye, a great stone disc that holds Jared's corpse for eternity. And so I watch and guard it in Tempus's name.
I see you had some other questions.
You are free to ask, traveler. I promise no answers.
Do you know anything about the expedition that Hrothgar is putting together?
I have heard of it, yes. A messenger from Kuldahar visited the temple not long ago, and it has spurred Hrothgar to see what is happening in the north.
Messenger?
Yes. A man from Kuldahar found his way to our door, and he was dead by morning. He claimed he was a messenger from the Archdruid of Kuldahar.
What did he want?
The man spoke of disturbances in Kuldahar. His wounds prevented me from making any sense of his words. Perhaps Hrothgar understood more than I, for he's preparing an expedition.
Are you going on this expedition?
No, for my place is here. Were I invited, I would still not go. My injuries would only slow the expedition.
I see you had some other questions.
You are free to ask, traveler. I promise no answers.
What's that glyph-colored door beneath the statue?
The door leads beneath the temple to the site of Jared's stone. It was sealed with glyphs of tempest to prevent entry long ago.
I see. That's some other
You are
questions.
free to ask, traveler. I promise no answers.
Never mind. All done. Yeah, the townspeople don't really have any additional information.
Oh, all right. Sure.
East Haven, between the weather and missing caravans, people seem to be handling the troubles pretty well. Not all of them. Jonan, one of the steadiest fellows I know, has been going around with some tune. He keeps humming and looks like he hasn't been getting much sleep. Troubles must be hitting him harder than we thought. He's humming a tune? He just keeps humming the damn thing over and over. Boy's gonna get an ore in his chops if he keeps it up. Okay. Sure. Whatever. He's singing. He must be possessed. Oh, you ancient peoples are idiots.
Har, har, har. Aye. Har, har, har.
East Haven. Let's see. Any other monster sightings recently? Well, I don't know how much weight this carries, but one of the girls says she saw some blue-skinned figure down by the shore. She said whoever it was singing some song. Probably just her imagination. Or imaginings. Okay, sure. Oh, bigs. Alright, let's go do the thing.
Oh, all right.
This woman has the skin like the surface of the lake, light green hair and delicate features like that of an elf. As you approach, she begins to sing a soft flowing song like the sound of a great undersea current, but you have no idea why the song reminds you of that. In a moment, the song and the feeling passes, and the woman looks at you hopefully. Who the hell are you? What are you doing here? The woman looks pained, but she doesn't respond. Encounter a strange blue-skinned woman upon the shores. Be gone from here, spirit? Let's see, you won't talk, eh? Then perhaps some steel will teach you to speak up. When you better address you. Okay, be gone here, spirit. If you are seen on these shores again, plaguing the townsfolk, I'll see to it you're good like a fish. Now go! Be gone here, spirit. The woman looks startled, then suddenly vanishes, her body streaming away to water. Oh, thank the gods, whoever you are, you picked the perfect time to wander by. I could really use some help. My name is Big Dick. Who might you be? My name's Absol, but please, we don't have time for such pleasantries. I need your help. What seems to be the problem? A wolf somehow got into my workshop and is tearing the place apart. It attacked me as I was opening the shop this morning. I was so startled by the sight of the beast that I accidentally broke the key off in the lock while trying to get away. Now I can't even get back in. In the shop, what do you sell? I am a scrimshander. I carve the huge bony skulls of knucklehead trout into fine works of art. This summer, Southlanders will come up and buy my pieces to take back to their fancy shops. That is, of course, if I ever get any work done. Damn wolf. What exactly do you want me to do? I'd be most grateful if you could get in there and get rid of that stupid thing for me. Then I could get back to my scrimshaw. Of course, you'll have to find a way to get in the door first. Sounds like a hard task. What's in it for me? All right, you greedy bastard. I'll throw in some gold for your trouble. Will that satisfy your copper-clenching black heart? Very well. I'll dispatch your troublesome hound shortly. I sincerely thank you. The road to my shop is just around the corner here. Please get rid of that demonic canine as soon as possible. Locked. Nothing. Okay, well, let's go get some stuff, shall we? Eh? Oh, sorry, friend. I didn't see you standing there. Name's Jonan. Something I can do for you? You alright? You seem preoccupied. No, I'm fine. Just taking in the view of the lake for a bit, trying to shake these dreams out of my head. The lake's beautiful, isn't it? Dreams, usually those fade upon waking, friend, may have a day's worth of fishing will chase them away. Ah, well, the dreams have been fishing in me of late, friend, so much I can barely catch a wink before they rouse me from it. A frustration it is at times. Sometimes it seems like they're more real than the waking world. What kind of dreams? Well, there's a woman, and don't give me that eye. It's not what you think. She walks upon the surface of the lake as if it were flagstones instead of waves. She doesn't say anything, just sings beautiful songs, but I can't understand a word. I think I may have met this woman by the shores of the lake. If truth be told, friend, damn it, it makes no sense. There's no sense to it. These dreams are eating at me like a starving wolf. I can barely hold a dilly thought in my head before the memory of the dreams hound its way back in there. By the hells, I don't know how much more of this I can take. The woman by the shore didn't seem threatening, but, well, I was forced to drive her away. She may have been this woman of your dreams. Perhaps a sea spirit. In any event, she's gone. A sea spirit? Really? Many thanks to you, then. My father always warned me to be wary of creatures of the sea, but please take these for your efforts. That's all I can offer, but thank you, Jordan. Sleep well. This is quick to the tavern. What was Emporium?
Sure.
What's this? More barbarians come to my shop? No doubt with nothing but to barter with but more wolf pelts and polished stones. Very well, let's get this over. What do you want? Barbarians? I think you're mistaken, my friend. Am I now? I don't think so. All of you northerners are the same to me. Smelly and barbaric. Northerners? I take it you're not from around here. I am from Akmir, royal diplomatic envoy of Kalarshan and appointed overseer of the northern caravan routes. I see. Your appearance as a lowly shopkeeper is a clever disguise to throw off any would-be assassins, am I right? Your poor attempt at sarcasm is an obvious sign of your lowly birth. I'll have you know that I'm the third cousin of the Pasha himself, not to mention a royal courtier in good standing. If you are in such good standing in Kamashan, then what the nine hells are you doing all the way up here in Icewind Dale? The Pasha asked me to accept this post of overseer of the northern caravan routes as a personal favor. I see, likely this post is not but a convenient excuse for the Pasha to get rid of a royal pain in his arse. I would not expect someone of your station to understand such matters. Now, if you don't mind, buy something or leave. Fine, what do you have for sale? All I have is 1 quarterstaff. I need to know what these guys can equip. Monk, then the cleric ranger, undead hunter, fighter thief, mage, bard. One of those. 2 of those. Mage's staff or anything? No? Let's see here. Okay, so I guess I'll take the quarterstaff. Alright, wait, how do I equip something here? Can't just drag and drop anything. Let's see, a ranger. Can I equip nothing? Okay. Help, monsters! Quick! We've got to go get Hrothgar. There are monsters in town. They almost ate me. Whoa, slow down there. What are you talking about? You don't look tasty. In fact, I think you're all fat and gristle. Monsters, a whole bunch of them. They came down to the shore while I was fishing. I dropped everything and ran when I saw them, but they didn't chase me. I thought they were going to eat me, but I guess they were just after my fish. Where are the monsters now? Just over the bridge, down by the lake. My dad told me not to fish so far out by myself, but I can't help it. That's where I catch the big ones. He's gonna kill me when he finds out I've lost a day's catch, all because of those stupid monsters. Alright, we'll go check it out, but if we find out you're lying to us, we'll send you to the bottom of the lake. Yeah, no, oh yeah, we'll just go there. Thanks. I best we go home now. My dad's probably worrying about me. Probably he's lost an item, knucklehead trout. Right, I did. Oh, okay.
Sure.
Like how it's like just on the move.
Ow! Ow!
Chop, folks. Bitch up. Okay, I got axes, bows. Daggers. Trout. Gold. Quality dagger. Well. Any other monsters here? I must gather my party. This is my party. Well, who am I missing? Oh, I am missing somebody. Well, who the hell is it?
Yeah.
Your command?
Why, you got stuck all the way
Very
over
well.
here? What the hell's wrong with you, man? Yeah. This is actually how I remember the game. I had to babysit every single party member.
I suppose I got some time to kill. What do you
Yes.
mean?
May I speak your mind?
Yeah. Sure. Bring it on! Ow! Ow!
To victory.
You guys not gonna help me?
I know the routine. Show me a target and I'll smack it. Oh, all right.
Got gold on you, huh? These wooden caravan wagons lie empty and abandoned in the snow. Does not have anything?
Bring it on! Show me a target and I'll smash it.
To victory.
Oh, all right.
Gold. Now leave all the battle boxes. I don't want to carry too much junk with me.
You
A
want a
little
taste
fire
of
and
this?
lightning should light. Watch me work.
I'll make this as painless as
A
possible.
little fire and lightning should liven things up.
Let's spill some blood.
God
Watch
grant
me
me
work.
strength. Grant me strength.
Places to go.
See you to your grave.
This
Watch
kind
me
of
work.
action speak louder than
I
words.
got places to go, monsters to kill.
It is a shame that we must resort. It
God
is a shame that we must
strength.
resort to violence.
Is there still somebody alive?
Bring it on.
Oh, I guess yes. Okay, I'm gonna save right here. Alright, and why don't we call it quits there? This is audap. You've been watching Icewind Dale Enhanced Edition on Nintendo Switch. Like I was saying before, I think Icewind Dale is unfortunately the weakest of the Infinity Engine games. With Planescape, Torment, and Baldur's Gate 2, Baldur's Gate 1, and Neverwinter Nights sort of unfortunately being better games than that. But even with that being the case, this is still a good game and still probably worthy of your attention and time. It's well worth playing. It comes with Planescape Torment anyway, so if you're going to be purchasing this set of games, you'll get to have this game and this expansion available for you anyway. So yeah, check it out if you want. It's still fun. I think the only real problem I have with is the pathfinding in the game is a little troublesome with such a big party. It was always one of the problems with the Infinity Engine games, but it seems like this one, they tend to get lost a lot, so you really have to gather them and pay attention to all your party members, make sure they're doing what they're supposed to, and when they're doing what they're supposed to. But yeah, check it out for yourself. We will be playing through this as well, and hopefully you'll enjoy the time that we spend here. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.